Hallo zusammen, Namaste. Mein Name ist Jeena und falls du mich noch nicht kennst, ich bin Coach, Yogi und auch, Moment, ich lade mal gerade die Sharanya ein, und habe ein Coaching-Programm entwickelt. Und in diesem Coaching-Programm namens Comeback habe ich die letzten 8 Wochen in der Mastermind unter anderem mit Sharanya gearbeitet. Hallo liebe Shanika, schön, dass du da bist. Und heute ist sozusagen für euch die Zeit gekommen, dass ihr mal erfahrt, okay, wie ist es denn eigentlich für meine Coaches? Wie funktioniert das ganz genau? Warum sollte man beim Comeback vielleicht teilnehmen? Was passiert da genau? Und vor allen Dingen, was sind die Resultate? Was nimmst du mit aus dem Comeback-Coaching? Und ja, wenn ihr dazu konkrete Fragen habt, Shanika, herzlich willkommen. Schön, dass du da bist. Gerne in den Fragebutton stecken, dass wir die Fragen dann gleich auch hervorholen können. Ich freue mich, dass du da bist und ich freue mich schon auch auf unser Gespräch. Sharanya, hast du schon die Anfrage gestellt? Ich schicke dir sonst auch nochmal. Genau. Also Sharanya hat jetzt ihre 8 Wochen Comeback-Coaching abgeschlossen und wird heute von ihren Erfahrungen berichten. Wenn es denn klappt, dass ich sie online holen kann. Also entweder musst du mir eine Anfrage stellen oder meine Anfrage, meine Einladung sozusagen folgen. Genau. Dann sollte das eigentlich passen. Also ich sehe, dass ihr beide online seid. Und ja, ich bin auch gespannt, Shanika. Also wenn du irgendwie zwischendrin was hast, Fragen dergleichen, wie gesagt, gerne reinpacken in den Chat. Ich habe das versucht, aber es klappt irgendwie nicht. Okay. Ja, es hat mir auch gerade gesagt, Sharanya unable to join. Ich versuche es nochmal. Ich lade dich nochmal ein. Jetzt aber.
Jetzt geht's, okay.
Klasse.
Genau.
Wie geht
Ich
es
versuche
dir?
gerade das. Okay. Gut, und dir?
Sehr gut. Shanika, kannst du uns mal sagen, ob du Sharanya und mich sowohl gut siehst und gut hörst? Also ich kann dich auf jeden Fall sehr, sehr gut sehen, sehr gut hören. Und ich sehe auch schon, du hast direkt deine Follower mitgebracht. Da sind anscheinend einige ganz gespannt darauf, was du gemacht hast, Sharanya.
Ja. Okay.
Lass uns doch, ja, super gut. Perfekt. Dankeschön, Shanika, für die Rückmeldung. Dann lass uns doch gerne direkt einsteigen. Vielleicht
Mhm.
fangen wir am Anfang an. Und zwar, wie hast du mich kennengelernt? Wie hast du von dem Coaching erfahren?
Mhm.
Und was hat dich denn dazu gebracht, sozusagen die Entscheidung zu treffen, am Comeback teilzunehmen?
Genau, also ich habe dich, glaube ich, bei einem Livestream kennengelernt. Also ich habe dich zum ersten Mal da gesehen und dich sprechen gehört und ich habe da schon voll gemerkt, so, okay, irgendwo haben wir die gleichen oder ähnlichen Erfahrungen, also Kindheitstrauma oder auch andere Erfahrungen und ich habe dann gemerkt, okay, that's something, jetzt kommt wieder mein Englisches, it resonates with me, also das ist einfach dass ich mich da irgendwie wiederfinden kann. Und ich habe gemerkt, so, okay, du könntest mir dabei weiterhelfen, noch tiefer und tiefgründiger in mich reinzugehen und genau diese, ich sag mal, innere Kraft wiederzufinden, weil ich einfach bei dir auch einfach wie du rüberkommst, auch gemerkt habe, dass du auch diese innere Kraft hast und dafür auch viele Jahre auch investiert hast. Also das habe ich zumindest gemerkt. Und dann habe ich auch dich direkt angeschrieben und ich glaube, wir hatten, bevor wir das Coaching wirklich angefangen hatten, ich glaube, paar Monate hatten wir dann auch immer so gegenseitig immer geschrieben und ich habe dann gemerkt, so, okay, also schon alleine vor dem Coaching hat mir das so viel geholfen, einfach weil wir auch miteinander kommuniziert haben und genau, und dann habe ich dann die Entscheidung getroffen, auch bei deinem Comeback-Mastermind mitzumachen. Und
Yes.
ja, genau.
Und es tut mir so leid. Ich bin echt heute ein bisschen schusselig unterwegs.
Ja.
Ich wollte das Interview heute tatsächlich mit dir auf Englisch machen und
Englisch,
danke,
genau.
dass du es nochmal ansprichst. So, if it's all right with you, let's start again. And actually, I'm going to start from the very beginning. I'm so
Mhm.
sorry for everyone who's watching. We're going to do this interview in English.
Yeah.
And actually, while I asked you the questions, I just remembered, could you
Oh,
introduce
yeah.
yourself first?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Thank
Okay,
you.
so I am Sharanya. I am 22 years old, and I am a student currently. I am a writer, a pianist, and also an advocate for mental health. So that's yeah, that's what I do.
Yes. And I love that this is important to you.
Yeah.
So going back to the questions that I asked before. So
Hmm.
how did you find out about me? How did you
Hmm.
find out about the comeback? And what made you decide that you want to start yours?
So I actually saw you on a live stream before, I think Minuja, and I saw you speaking about everything like, you know, from childhood trauma and how you overcame it and how you healed yourself with, you know, other than going to therapy and, you know, just connecting with your body more. And I found that this really resonated with me a lot because I think just talking about your experiences and your pain and everything, it doesn't really help much. Sometimes it does, but I feel like it's um, even better to connect, you know, with people who have experienced the similar experiences or just found tools that are more connected to your body. Because I think it's really important that yeah, we heal from within, heal the pain from within. And I found that you just by the way you were speaking, I found that you really had your or worked on your inner strength and everything. And yeah, and then I, you know, wrote to you, I DM'd you, and we talked back and forth for a few months, and then I decided to actually, you know, take part in your comeback mastermind, and yeah, commit to myself, and that's what, yeah, that's what I did before as well, and I think with you I could like delve even deeper, and that's yeah, that's why I started taking that decision for myself. Yeah.
Yes, diving deep. I would say that that is my forte for sure. And I have to say, working with you has been a dream because you are the ideal client. I give you something, and I kept on telling you that. I give you something, and you just catapult it into exponentially. Like whatever drop I gave you, you were like just making the most of it, and that is like so helpful, and it's so revealing also, because I always, whenever I've been working, whether it's teaching or coaching, it's been always the idea of like the more energy and time and intention you put in, the more you will get back. And that is something that you really led the way in that area, like really taking things seriously, taking yourself, taking the time, but also learning to be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
And that was a beautiful balance also to watch how you did that.
Yeah, I felt like I could, you know, go learn more about the balance and also, you know, integrate that because I think there were, you know, sometimes a few times where I felt lost a bit, and then I came back to, you know, okay, I need to take time for myself and you know, just be with myself, sit with myself, and that's how I learned I need to find my balance and find what works for me. Yeah.
Yes, you mentioned something that is very important, because you wanted everything and you gave it all, and to
Mm-hmm.
find the balance. And that was something that I had to do. Like I gave you a lot to work with, and I keep on telling coaches that yes, the program goes on for 8 weeks, but I actually provide you with tools that you can work on with for yourself throughout your whole life. So yes, we will learn all these things, but we cannot do everything at the same time. And to focus on one task sometimes is more helpful. So that was your journey of in your balance. Like, yes, take it in and learn about everything, but also like apply it to one area at a time. And I kept on telling you, if you align one part of your life, then automatically everything will align more and more. And so step by step, we will do it.
Yeah. I feel like
So, yeah.
that part with the alignment or interconnection, that's something I found throughout the 8 weeks, where where I've seen that when something has shifted like in my energy in one area, I found that like the opportunities have shown up time and time again where I've seen that, and it changed something else for me as well. So I think everything is interconnected in some way, and that's what I could see for the first time, that I could create this alignment for myself. Yeah.
Awesome. So going into the content of the comeback and also about the structure, how did you experience the structure? What was the structure, and how did you find it? What was how did you experience it?
Yeah, so basically we had 8 weeks. Like for each week, we focused on each chakra. The 7 chakras in the first 7 weeks, and then last one was kind of a wrap-up session. And I would say for me, it was really helpful to focus on one aspect each week, because for me, it helped to set an intention for every week, and to just work on something, and go deeper in that topic. I think having just one chakra, like on a more, I don't know, in a more focused way, or working on that in a more focused way, was helpful to just reflect a bit more and deeper than having everything at once. And that's something I found very helpful, and yeah.
Awesome. And how or which week would you say was the most important for you? Which chakra actually gave you this aha moment where you understood? Because of course, each week you took away a new learning, a new teaching, but what was something that changed something like monumental for you
Yeah.
and how you live your life?
I would say week 5, throat chakra, because for me, I realized I need to work on my communication, self-expression, and just reaching out, because I think there was a time, and too, where I've felt a bit lost, and I've mentioned that before. But I think reaching out and letting someone know is something I've learned. Like it was this moment of aha, okay, I need to reach out, I need to ask for help if something, if I feel lost, whenever throughout this journey. And for me it was like trusting or building that trust, not just with you, but like also my surrounding, my friends, my family, and yeah, building that trust that I can have this conversation about my feelings, emotions, about, you know, the way I feel, and yeah, knowing that there's someone who will understand or will, you know, keep the space for me, and that's something you did as well, and that's something I appreciate so much about you, that you, you know, take up so much space for someone, and really listened to me, and also validated every single emotion I had or something I had to say, because that's something where I've learned that if I can experience this in this comeback mastermind program, I would say I can apply that into other relationships I have in my life, where I can just speak what I feel, and you know, demand also this respect, or just this okay, I need you to listen to me right now without, you know, anything judging someone, or and that's how I had this moment of like aha moment where I've realized I need to speak up more. Yeah.
And it's so beautiful because it also aligns so beautifully with what made you come in, and also what you have learned, but also where you want to go. Because becoming a speaker is an important dream of yours. And what I can say from my point of view is all these different steps you took and you applied it. I gave you an information, you applied it, and immediately something shifted. Immediately the relationships became better. Immediately the conversations started happening, right? I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, within the time that you started the comeback coaching, that was also, it fell into the time where you started your YouTube journey, like sharing your gift, right? And that was something that we had in week second. Week second was the sacral energy, your creative energy, and going out and express yourself. And you did that. And not just once. I believe it's like 3 times now that you created these beautiful collaborations with different artists and just, you know, showed up for yourself. And that is just one part. The other part is like the speaking part. The steps that you took, and what I can say, like from here in my back seat, like I'm just like watching you and following your journey, like from starting to learn to come out of your shell and talking. I mean, you were talking to me, you started talking more with your family, you really engaged with your friends. We created like goals for you and for your relationships that you want. And also that you now, I gave you an invitation to Clubhouse, and you started becoming an active member of Clubhouse. And how you shared with me, like I started talking and I show up in these rooms and I share, and that makes me so proud. That makes me so proud, because I know the potential that you had already, that you brought with you. And now you start applying it and bringing out the potential, and really taking these steps for you to really live the life that you want. And that is just, I love that part the most.
Thank you. Yeah, I would say like for the first time with you, I think you mentioned when I wrote a poem, or kind of a poem, I didn't recognize that as a poem, and you know, you wrote in your story, you know, check out this poem, and I was like, oh my gosh, I am a writer. I am a speaker. I'm a writer. I can, you know, I can be a pianist, and just saying that out loud, you know, with the I am statements, it's just like embodying this personality, or no, this is not, this is already within me. and just bringing that out and visualizing everything and, you know, creating more with it, that gift, is something I think it's just skyrocketing, I would say, for me. And
Yes.
yeah, and just using my gifts more was something like, once I started doing that, I think it never stopped for me. It's like I've gotten even better at you know, playing piano or just being more creative with all of what I've got. And I would say I you know, I realized and recognized that, and took time in your program to just you know, hone in my craft and celebrating myself, because that's something I didn't do before. I really didn't yeah, associated myself in those areas. But now I just I don't do all of the things I do now. I do them with from a place of love and not from a place of fear. And that's something that
Yes.
shifted immediately,
Yeah.
just by being in your presence, in like working with you. And yeah, I can go on, but yeah.
That is so beautiful. Yes, that is something that I always I keep on teaching, because saying it once, sometimes it doesn't really connect yet. Sometimes we have to hear it like over and over and over again.
Yeah.
That we either come from a place of love or a place of fear, and when we think about it like backwards, then we see it, and then the moment where we catch ourselves in fear,
Mm.
to realign ourselves and to actually want to share from a space of love,
Yeah.
that is so powerful. And I believe that the thing with the poem, because you actually wrote a text with a
Yeah.
story, and I showed you, like, and I told you, like, Sharanya, you are a beautiful writer, you are a beautiful poet, and I called you out, basically. I shared it, I
Yeah.
reshared your
Yeah.
story, and I said, like, listen to this beautiful poem that she wrote. And we didn't start with the comeback yet.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think you applied to the comeback. It was clear that you are going to be a coachee of mine, but we didn't
Yeah.
start the process yet. And
Yeah.
so the work actually started even before.
Mm.
And it was just me recognizing who you were
Yeah.
and who you are and who you also were trying to hide,
Mm.
and like really just seeing your true self even before you were able to show it to the outside. And to what you said, like validating that and
Mm.
empowering that part of you.
Yeah.
And that was just like, you know,
Yes.
and now you, like the way you share is so beautiful, and I can see that you just love it. And
Yeah.
it's like creating these little like challenges. Oh, that is something that seems like a little hard. I'm not sure whether I can do it, but with every step that you took, you grew more and more. And that is something that no coach can do for you. That is something you have to be willing to do. So
Mm.
for everyone watching or re-watching this, I'm just here to support you. You bring whatever you bring. Like for Sharanya, it was her art, her voice. I think the voice. That's why
Mm.
the week 5 resonated so much with you. But there are challenges, and you have to be ready to invite them and welcome them. So talking about challenges, like which week, and it could be the same maybe, but which week was the most difficult for you? The one
Mm.
that you struggled the most with?
I would say week 4 before that, I think we did a challenge where we worked on, you know, sensuality and connecting, you know,
Mhm.
with my body, or, you know, with my body, and just being or sitting with myself in front of the mirror and see myself for who I am, and working through, you know, the shame and everything that I've internalized for so many years. I've I think that was the point where I've reached that, you know, like another aha moment, but more in the sense of, okay, this is difficult for me right now. It will take time. It will take a lot of work, and just, accepting myself, loving myself, and looking into the mirror, and just working through the shame, and with my body especially, but also with the way I feel about myself. And I think that started something within me where I've said, okay, it will take time, but I can do it. I can love myself, and not, saying, I think you said it too. I'm not my body. I am, more than that. And there's more to me. There's more to who I am. And I've just tried to unlearn those patterns from then, and also the male patriarchy, like everything that was internalized. It started to, like, not go away, but like I started to unlearn those patterns, and just coming from a place of love more, and and I think now I'm trying to go more into that, feeling into my own femininity, and my the way I want to dress and express myself with my body, through dance or whatever. That's something I'm working on right now. And I'm just grateful that I had this moment where I've realized that, because I think for the first time I could see for myself that there's still a deeper issue with that, with my self-love, and then I could just start working on that. And that's the beauty with it, because I think becoming more self-aware was something that I've built throughout your program. I would say my self-awareness just I've built that for, I don't know, for weeks, but I think it just grew within your program a lot. And seeing that was just beautiful, and I can see myself doing even more work with that, with working with self-love, and that's just beautiful for me as well.
Yeah, it truly is. And I love how you described that actually your biggest challenge, the fourth week of like really tuning in into your heart chakra, that was the most difficult. But then again, while you did the work and learned to love yourself and understand that it's like you just do it step by step, and you just keep on loving yourself like at the step that you are, and that actually brought you to your biggest breakthrough. So that the next week you were actually you got this beautiful present in like your high in this whole process. I'm going to invite everyone actually to send us your questions, because you might not understand what we are talking about. If Shanika, I know that you are here. If you can like follow the conversation, then just give us a thumbs up. And if you have some questions, just send them out, shoot them out. Because we would love to, you could, like, now is the time to actually really throw the questions at Sharanya, because she is the coachee. I mean, I'm always here to answer all the questions, but this is like this beautiful gift. Okay, Shanika says she's good. Awesome. And so Sharanya, is there someone who you have in mind, like in just an idea of a person, not a real person, but like who would you say should have have this experience of really deciding to have their comeback? Because I can say from my experience with all my coaches that went through the program is that each one has a different like low, but also like a different point in time within these 8 weeks where they have their breakthrough, and it's something very personal. Awesome. Shanika says it's very interesting. Shanika, if you have a question in mind, go ahead and just ask your question. So Sharanya, who would you say should do the comeback?
I would say to anyone who wants to tap into their power, into their you know, inner strength, who wants to I would say go into that, or take a leap of faith to trust into their healing journey, their their journey of finding themselves, and also their strength, their gifts. Anyone who wants to just find or connect with themselves, and not only themselves but also their body, their soul, their mind, anyone who just wants to be more connected with themselves. And I think that's like important to say, because I think there will always be a moment in life where we, you know, go out of our ways to, you know, there's something that will be missing. But when you learn to find the tools for yourself to come back, which is your program, then you can, you know, be more connected with yourself, but also be present and work on everything you want to work on. And and that's what I would say. And
yes, thank you so much. There was something that you said before that was really important, like understanding that you don't identify with your body. So we tend to identify with our body. We tend to identify with our mind, all those thoughts. We think that we are the thoughts that we have, but we're not actually. And we are our soul, and we are our body, our soul, our mind, and each in every level. But actually, that's the thing that you said, like, I am more than this. That is like the true alignment. And that is like what I understood from your answer is actually like whoever wants to find out about their true self, like really understand what you are, like beyond the I. And that is someone who should decide on the comeback. So something that I use a lot in the comeback coaching is actually meditation. And that is the most important thing I would say, to actually really not just understand like from a mind point of view, but feel, experience the true self. So we had a meditation every week. And how were your experiences? Because I don't know whether it was all the same for you, or whether it was like something different. Just for you to share.
I would say I already started, you know, with meditation before, but I think having you as a guide, you know, throughout every session, and to you know, scan my body and feeling feeling connected to my body more was just something I've found very like, I found it, I don't know what the word is right now, but just beautiful for me to just have or feel this connection, and feel the, you know, the way you spoke. It was just sometimes when I had this mind chatter, and there was chaos coming, back and forth. I found that when you realigned and said, okay, this is, I don't know how to say that, but coming back to the present moment was just something I could expand, like the skill of being in the present. I could expand the skills and just rising up to a new horizon or horizon. That's the word. And just feeling more expansion within the meditations, because I think oftentimes we feel like claustrophobic or limited. We feel we don't, feel the expansion. But I think with your guiding, I could really tap into that feeling of expansion, of being free, and that's what I've experienced a lot. And I'm still practicing a lot, I would say. And this is something anyone should, try and incorporate within their daily practice, whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful. Thank you, Sharanya. Shanika actually asked the question, ist es einfach zu meditieren oder kommt man schnell aus Meditieren raus? So the question is like, is it easy to meditate, or do you actually get out of the meditation state quite easily? So Sharanya, how was it?
Yeah, I would say first it was difficult for me because I didn't really believe in meditation that much, to be honest. Even though I tried it before, I couldn't connect with it somehow. I don't know. But with your guiding and with each topic we had, for example, where we've, I think one meditation was, going from the ground level to going up and then to the universe and then coming back. It was like I could really feel within my body, and it was something I've never experienced before. And yeah, it becomes easier when you do it frequently, I would say. And for me, it was the same experience. Sometimes there will be days where it will be, difficult sometimes, where sometimes thoughts come in. And I think one time I talked to you about the meditation experience after one session, and I said I felt I watched my thoughts, but it was actually a bit more on a judgmental level, or trying to find out whether it's right or wrong what I'm feeling. But actually in meditation I found to just observe everything that comes and goes. It's just learning that I've gained in like throughout the 8 weeks, and I think just the expansion and doing it daily, it became easier for me as well. Yeah.
Yes. It's like always, I say that with most things, it's just a muscle that you build.
Yeah.
So even if you are very foreign with meditation, you might have never meditated before, and then you start with each week, you will become better. And as Sharanya said, like you had some experience, but probably, and I know it for myself also, before I had this, and I can also say, like, it's not a switch that it's not a button you press, like, okay, I'm meditating now, meditation mode on, It could be that, like, maybe today you are in a good mood to meditate, maybe tomorrow you are not, and it depends on and how you feel. But the moment that you start, like, repeating it and experiencing also having a bad day and going into meditation, or being really frustrated with yourself and, like, shifting with your awareness. And you said it so also that, like, the judgment that comes up, it's part of the process, you know,
Mm.
like it has to come at some point, and I'm glad that it came within the time frame that we worked together, because then
Mm.
we were able to look at it, right?
Yeah.
So that is just a beautiful thing. Like whenever there's some hindrance or, you know, something doesn't work, Shanika, yeah, if there is a problem that comes up for you as my coachee, then we have this communication and we can look at it. And I love to be honest. You know, I love
Mm.
to be honest, and I love
Yeah.
when my coachees are honest and they can tell me like, nah, this didn't work. And for me, you know, in that moment, this didn't work for me. And then we can have a look, like, why didn't work for you? Like,
Mm.
what came up? What was in the way? What were your thoughts that like really got in the way? And then we can take these things and move them out of the way.
Yeah.
And that's part of the process. Like, I didn't expect anyone taking the comeback that they are just like, you know, they just go through it like easy breezy, beautiful.
Mm.
No,
Yeah.
we want to do the work. And I love if I trigger you in any way. I love when um, when you reach, like, you think you reached a limit, and that is the moment where we can actually like find the door, like, oh, you
Mm.
know, actually what? You thought you reached your limit, but then there's even more room,
Yeah.
you know?
I
That
think
is my job, to step in these moments.
yeah, I think for me, I realized for the first time, like there is no end to anything. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think I told you before, I wanted to find answers for myself and you know, learn about myself, and I would always think that there's a limit or something. You know, when I do this, then I'm okay. But I think throughout those 8 weeks, I've just come to the conclusion that for me, it won't stop. There's
Mm-hmm.
always another level, another opportunity where I can grow even more. And there is no destination to anything. Like even with my health, or even you know with anything I want to do, it's
Mm-hmm.
just coming to the conclusion that it's a daily thing. I can do everything daily, and it's just sometimes going well and sometimes not, but just not giving up with you know with everything in my life was just the biggest learning, and yeah, realizing that I shouldn't just give up that easily just because it doesn't work out. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, with you, I think you called me a few times, or you know, called out a things also before the coaching, but also within, where I've yeah just had to look at myself and
Mm-hmm.
be honest with myself, because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you cannot do it, you know, by yourself, because no one tells you to look at your own problems. But in your coaching, I would say it was not a bad thing. It was actually a big learning for me to just, you know, sit with myself and just be honest. And
Mm-hmm.
that's something I can always where I can always grow from, and not take it so personally, and yeah, be you know, demotivated from it, but to keep on going and to keep on growing. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. Shanika also says, like, thank you for sharing your experience. Um, it is a beautiful thing. And I love how the way I think about it, like, I'm always like, even when I'm the teacher, I'm always the student, always. And I'm
Mm.
the student of life, and I will not stop learning until I die. And even then, maybe beyond death, I will learn so many more things. And that my coaches actually really take on this way of thinking also. But at the same time, we don't want to just think that there is something wrong with us, that's why we need to work, but actually to enjoy where we are. Do the process, but also enjoy where we are and celebrate. And that's why I called it the comeback, because I want to celebrate, you know, I want to celebrate coming back to yourself. I want to celebrate being able to do all these things that you might have thought that you couldn't, or the things that you thought you didn't have, and to become grateful for everything that makes you you, you know, and that feeling, that is priceless, I'd say.
I think there are 2 points that I want to, you know, elaborate on more, because I think so many people think that, as you said, something's wrong with me or something's missing, but actually everything that you think is missing is already inside of you, and it's just like matter of bringing that, like to visualize what you've already got. And that's something like the visual thing. I'd say I recognize that it's so important for me to also in the meditations to just imagine, to feel, to have this visualization that there's a gift that I have that I can pursue and work on, and even the flaws. Like I don't see them as flaws. I just know that any experience I've had, it shaped me the way I am today. But I can look at my past and know that those experiences don't have to shape me today. I can change the way I, you know, was, in a way where I don't have to hide anymore. You know, the parts that I didn't want to show, but now I feel like I can you know, stop hiding, but more being fearless in a way that I can embrace myself fully, and everything, like any flaws I've had or still have. But just being more appreciative of anything I am, like the way I am and the way I behave, whatever. But also being, you know, honest and work through some of the issues I've had in terms of speaking. I would say, you know, I think we had this conversation with my communication where sometimes we react immediately, and taking the time to not, you know, feeling offended, but just coming from a place of love where we can see why another person behaves the way they do, and and just learning those communication patterns and changing that, and that's beautiful. And to not, you know, anything I've said now, it applies to anything. Not seeing anything as bad or good. It's just observing and knowing what works for you and what does not.
Thank you so much for sharing. And Hadia just joined us, another coachee, another comeback alumna. Hadia, if you have a question for Sharanya, I'd be interested in hearing that, actually, because you weren't in the same round, so you didn't really get to know each other through the comeback, but you had very different experiences. And I know that from many of the coachees, they really want to join in again, and they were so curious also, like, what your process was going to be. Something that you said was about, like, yeah, really, like, you became aware of yourself, and you really understood who you are, like really were able to be honest with yourself, and because of that you were able to reveal your true self. And that, to me, I mean, we can all say that, you know, but to do it actually is a whole different thing. And that's the beauty of it, that I see that, you're not just sharing, oh yeah, like
Yeah.
I learned the sentence, it sounds good, let's just say it and then, market this program. No, it's something you applied it to your life, and you are walking this path. And whoever knows you, whoever gets to know you, they see more of that, revealing yourself, like really taking off these layers that are not you, and being more and stepping more into that energy also of who Sharanya really is, and sharing from that, like sharing your thoughts and ideas, sharing your gifts, your art, sharing the love that you have from this place for the people around you. That is just, I live for that. That is like, that makes me so happy. Like, I love my job. I love my job. And just watching your process really makes me so proud. I cannot say it in any other way, because I knew what you had in you, and for you to, like, in this kind of, like, it's 8 weeks is nothing. We have known each other now probably for about 4 months or so,
I
right?
think January. I think
January.
by now,
Yeah. So almost half a year we knew each other, and like I was able to witness your growth. It's like, come on. And I told you, like, I mean, what is there that is like, the sky is endless. Like, there is no limitation, as you said before. And I told you, and I will keep on telling you, I am so excited to see what life has still in store for you, because I love that. And that's the thing, like, you keep on sharing the things that you have learned with others. And I see others, like, using mirror work, for example, and saying like, oh, Sharanya, thank you so much that you shared this tool with me. And now they're doing it. So it's really like throwing this stone in the water, and like creating circles, and the impact it has. That is something that makes me so happy. Like, that is the true expansion of the comeback, that it's not just my comeback, it's not just your comeback, but it's the comeback for the collective consciousness. And as I said, like, the moment that we align a little part of it within ourselves, within our like lives, the more aligned we become. The more aligned we become, the more aligned the whole collective consciousness becomes. And that is everything. I love that.
I think, first of all, like, I agree totally. Like, just talking the talk, and just doing
Walking the
or
walk.
saying, it's like, I don't know. Sometimes people do that, and we don't get to know who they really are. But just I don't mean that in a negative way, but like, I would say just sharing my experience with other people is like, I don't know, I've seen the change around me too. Like, the moment I've started making changes and talking about my experiences, I've seen like other women being more inspired to, work on their healing, work on their pain, and using everything I share, for example. And I see the changes in themselves as well, and it makes me proud to say that now, because I think, as you said, like, the moment you give and put something into an area or into the universe, let's say that, I think the more you receive, like, the more you receive in terms of people recognize, and people actually value and cherish everything you want to share with the world, because they can apply them for themselves as well. And I think that's the beauty of like the whole interconnection with people and connecting with people. It's just beautiful to see that the more you love, the more love you give, the more you can feel it, the more you receive it, the more people become even more inspired. And I think that's what I'm trying to, incorporate every day to speak a lot more. And it's just beautiful that I can be part of this world
Movement.
where and movement,
The
because I
movement.
think you said it too, and I've just like had this moment of, oh my gosh, yeah, that's true. Like I always thought that me being here is not like valuable, or I'm not playing a big role in whatever space I'm in. But now I see that no, I'm actually here. I'm like, my part is also important. The things I contribute to the society is important. And I think Beyonce says it too. Like the speck in the universe is, even though we feel small, it really is important, that part, because without that part, something will miss. And I really understood and felt into that more. And I know that whatever I say is actually valuable or could help someone. And that's something I really appreciate. That we're also love that I can actually have an impact on someone. And that's
Yes.
like, yeah.
And you do. And I see that you do. And I think that is the feedback back that you're also getting. Like the moment you start taking off your masks, the moment that you started also becoming more vulnerable, speaking out, you actually opened the space for others to do the same.
Yeah.
And that is the ripple effect that
Yeah.
we were talking about. It is a movement. We
Yeah.
become more empowered, and the more empowered we become, the more empowered other women will become as well. And we are an important aspect of that. And one of my favorite quotes is like, I am a drop in the ocean, but also the whole ocean is within the drop that is me. And so we are this work in progress and the masterpiece at the same time.
Yeah.
The whole universe co-created you to be you, just that part, because you are this very important piece of the puzzle. If you wouldn't be there, then, the whole puzzle wouldn't become complete, because there would be an important piece missing. And a puzzle, there is no more important than the other. Every piece is important,
Yeah.
just the same.
And it's just beautiful that everyone can just be themselves and embrace themselves fully. Because I would say, like, even for me, it was like people would say I'm too sensitive or whatever, and I could relax more or just the things. But then you would come in and you would see, okay, I'm going into that trap of, like, judgment, or going into that hole of where I don't see myself as, like, embrace myself, because I look into to the judgment. But I think knowing that more and being aware of that helps a lot, because every person is just as perfect and as worthy as they are. Sometimes people have this version of you, and I now realize I'm not responsible of that. I am the way I am, and if people don't agree with that, or think that I should be more confident or whatever, if I'm too quiet, then won't change for people. I do everything from within. And if I see that I need to, you know, whatever I work on, I do it from the place of like from myself and not
Mhm.
from for other people. I don't
Yeah.
do, yeah. And I really appreciate the fact that I can, you know, protect my energy from people sometimes if I had to, if I have to, and yeah, just like cherish or value my energy and keep protecting that, or yeah, and just do the things for the people who see that, who value that, and
Yes.
everything else I can, you know, every other person who doesn't see that, I can love them from a distance and
Mhm.
yeah, keep myself in a more loving space. And that's what I cherish a lot.
Yes. So I will say it in my words again.
Hmm.
What you did during this process is actually you raised your standard
Yeah,
because you were able to love yourself more. You were able
yeah,
to raise your standard. So whatever worked before didn't work for you anymore. And then you demanded more space, you demanded more respect, you demanded more loving relationships. And
mm,
that's the thing. And also with that, like it doesn't stop. I know that there are more people joining us. Hello, welcome, namaste. Sharanya is like sharing her process that she had over the last 8 weeks. She decided to have her comeback. She really invested in her, like the time, the space, the money, the feelings, the energy, everything, the focus, the intention within this 8-week program that is called Comeback. And she just finished her whole process. And as she said before, the process is actually never finished. This is just like one container that ended, but she keeps on learning. She keeps on applying these tools and she keeps on growing. And with like gaining more self-love, you also gain more higher standards for yourself, what you allow in your space, in your energy,
yeah,
and what you don't tolerate anymore.
yeah.
That
And
is so
that's,
awesome.
yeah, and that's just like I can, because I'm like more self-aware, I can see it and I can understand and I can recognize and be, I would say I've become more, even more sensitive to like anything that doesn't align with me or any
Mhm.
person or anything, even like words. I've become more sensitive to I pay attention a lot more to language. You know, the way someone speaks, it really can impact the way you think and the way I think as well. Like
Mhm.
if I catch myself speaking in a way that's like harmful a bit, I
Mhm.
recognize that immediately, and I know that it doesn't help me, doesn't
Mhm.
help for my growth, and that's how I yeah try to keep up more and get better
Mhm.
at that. To
Yes.
yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Um, I just had a few things to say actually, and I think I missed it. But
Mm,
again, I think I forgot to say, like, if you have questions for Sharanya and I, please feel free to use the button. There is this bubble with a question mark. Just shout out your question, or if you can't use it, just put your question in the comments. We would love to hear from you. We are here to invite you to into the experience of what the coaching program Comeback is actually doing. On both ends. And now I got it now. What I wanted to say is that each person, because you were talking about your energy, the energy
mm,
shifting, and you becoming also more aware of your own energy and the energy around you. So you, whoever you are, the moment that you come into this container, you bring in your energy, that is the moment you will also kind of change and co-create the container that is the comeback. Because yes, there is like my like schedule, like we will go through each chakra, but you are here and I've never worked with you here in this time, in this space, in comeback. So the energy that you will bring, the things that you have on your mind, the things that are going on in your life, that are the things that you will bring into this container. That is the thing that we are able to like alchemize, like the bad shit that you bring in, we will turn that around and we will make beautiful shit out of it. Yeah. And I mean like good shit in like, let's turn the bad shit into the good shit. Like really, and now I said shit so many times, but I think you know what I mean. Just being able to really change, transform whatever you thought were your hindrances, whatever you thought was your, like, I cannot be myself, whatever you thought your weakness was, that is something that we will bring in. And something that Sharanya just shared was actually her ability to sense more of that. And something that she brought in was her ability, or her, I was aware that, Sharanya, you are actually a high sensitive person. You know, I am a high sensitive person. So welcome in, you know, recognizing that we are. And so I have my tools that I bring in the comeback, but that just made me also to bring in this like information that you can also learn more about being high sensitive. Maybe if there would be someone else like in the comeback coaching, then I would have never like come up with it. And something that I want to go into is the connection. Not only the connection that you had, but also the connection that we had with each other. Could you, because I call myself intuitive coach, and some people might not know what that means, or especially what it actually means when you come into my coaching, when you are a coachee working with me, like how did my intuitive abilities actually help you tap into that, and how did it show up for you?
Yeah. So I would say just also like in connection with the inner child, to just feel into my, like whatever I feel in the moment of what I want to do, to tap into that and to just allow it to be and to do. And yeah, whatever. I think you always encouraged me to just be more intuitive, in a sense of that we don't have to, you know, stick to some schedule or whatever hustle we try to achieve, but allow to be more in a flow state, and to, you know, just work with whatever is around us in the moment. And I think that's just more like, that's, for me, it healed a lot, like being in the present and being intuitive more. Because a lot of the times when I catch myself that I'm too much in my mind, I can really sense that it's sometimes even harmful, and it just brings up more pain. But I think, yeah, working on the intuition and yeah, being in the present it was just helpful, and not only helpful, but it I would say it's changed my belief systems and my way of thinking, my perspective. I could just feel the expansion, and that I don't keep myself too limited anymore. And yeah, and that's what it does to be more intuitive. And sometimes I think when you become more intuitive, I can feel that yeah, like for me it was that going into that void and trusting whatever is in the moment, you can actually gain something from it, like something new, and you can work with that. And sometimes you don't even realize what comes up, but it's actually the beauty of life where I can learn more about myself, and that's like beautiful to learn and to work with that as well. Yeah.
Yes. Like really be open to where you are in the moment and what comes up, and that's the way to go. If you are on a map and you don't know where you are, how are you going to reach your goal where you're trying to get? You have to know where you are to actually take those steps into the direction where you want to go. And yeah, that is so awesome.
Yeah.
Something that I want to, or I would like to share, because there is the connection that is within, that happens in the container. The moment that you step into the container as a coachee, and that I am or show up as a coach, there is a connection, there's an alignment, and there are synchronicities happening.
Yeah.
Can you share a little bit about the synchronicities that came up for you?
I would say not only in like my surroundings, but also with like each week. For example, the challenge we did, it was from someone else, but it just fit into the week where I, worked on my self-love and connecting with my body more. And also for me, for example, this week, I think we had this topic of interconnection, and that's how I planned, or that's how I got the opportunity to speak as well in another another life that is coming up this week as well. And just I would say there are sometimes like especially in those weeks, like every week, there were moments where I felt okay, actually something is presenting itself for me, and I recognize the opportunity and can see it, and I can tap into that and use this moment to work on, whatever the week or topic of the week was. And it was just weird and beautiful at the same time to just see that happening for me, because I don't know if I created it myself, but I think I do. Like I felt the energy that something like shifted, and I could see the opportunity that were coming for me. And that's just beautiful that I can recognize that more and use those moments for myself.
Yes, it is, because you bring it into your awareness. The moment that you bring it into the awareness, then it is almost like an invitation. And because you send out the invitation with an intention, then suddenly people are able to see you. And suddenly those invitations can be met by you because you align and you are able to see it. You will have more opportunities. And that is one of the best relationships, like the relationships that you have with yourself. The relationship will also bring a more connectedness to the universe in itself, and to grow in that. Yes.
Yeah. And also I think one thing that came into my mind right now is like when, for example, we worked on being more grounded, or I worked on, feeling the sense of groundedness in myself. There was this moment in this week where I've seen, a story, and I saw a class of, self-prevent, or how do you say that? This boxing type of class, or self-prevention class, where I took that opportunity to embody that feeling of grounding and feeling the strength within myself, because that was something I felt was right in the moment and
Mm-hmm.
fit so well with the week, where I said, yeah, let's do that. And like I took the class, and I can now say as well that I use those moments to just tap into that feeling more every day. Like anything I want to try out new things, I can see those things more, and I don't shy away from them anymore, the way I used to. And yeah, that's like beautiful to try it out for me, for myself. And yeah.
Yes, and that is so awesome. Um, Within the program, you were really gaining more security and more stability. And the moment that we feel safe in our bodies, the moment that we feel safe in who we are, then we can also take on different challenges. And because we know that we are not as easily shaken by life than
Mm,
what has happened before,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's so important to say, because I think just last year was a year where everything, like I had this breakdown, this moment where just everything came up. Also experience, like events happen, people come and people go, like everything that happened also in your childhood, and it just came last year. And I think in those moments I didn't realize the strength I had within me, or the things or tools I could use to feel this stabilization, or yeah, this groundedness to
Mm-hmm.
cope with it. But now I feel like whenever I feel that something is yeah, like some, because life happens always. And I remember you saying life doesn't happen to you, but for you. And I now see that whatever happens, like from now on, I can cope with it better. I can use those tools to, yeah, just feel safe within me, even though there's chaos around me. And I can, yeah, just use those tools for life. And I'm so grateful that yeah, I've not only learned that, but I can know what works for me,
Mm.
and that's, yeah, important.
Yes, because that's the thing, like really understand and know yourself and know what
Mm,
works for you and what not. And that is the most empowering for everyone, to understand who you are and what you actually need, and speak out when there is an unmet need, and really give the others also the chance to actually meet those needs, because the people in your life that love you, they want to be there for you, they want to give you the
mm,
love back. But sometimes we have to say what we actually want. Sometimes we have to actually say what it is that we need. And
mm.
that way, life and also the beautiful people in our lives, they are able to actually do what we want, what we need.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Otherwise,
like,
it's, yeah.
yeah. Otherwise, it's like it becomes like, I don't know. I feel like without the communication, especially like for me, it didn't really. It became into this place of, resenting the people.
Hmm.
Although I know that they're there for me, but sometimes when you don't speak out, or speak up for what you need, um, then it doesn't, align with whatever you want to have met
Hmm.
in that moment, like those needs you want to have met. Um, but yeah, I think it's just a balance you can, yeah, try to create for yourself. Meeting your needs yourself. Like I can meet them myself, but I can also ask for it, and
Yes.
that's the more, yeah, important part.
Yes. Exactly. Awesome. So if you
Yeah.
guys are watching right now and you have a burning question for Sharanya and I, feel free to ask your question. We are otherwise like closing their interview. It was just a pleasure to have you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I told you before, and I will say it again. The moment that you know, keep on want to work with me, the door is always open because I really treasure my coaches, and I'm so proud and I'm so happy and excited to just see what is about to come, because I know that even like within a few months, within a half a year, within a year, that major shifts are going to happen for you. I can feel it. And I know that you're going to really take these tools, those gifts, and you're going to run with it, and you're going to, you know, have this exponential like growth that keeps on happening for you.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm
Thank
just
you so
happy
much.
that you made this decision.
Yeah, thank you so much for creating, comeback for women, for anyone who needs this, like especially at the times right now. And I'm so grateful that I had this opportunity to grow even more, because I think it takes like two individuals, like you as a coach, as well, and me as a coachee, where we, yeah, need this connection, this I feel like it just worked well with us too, because I know that you can see myself, like you can see me in yourself, or I don't know how to say that,
Yeah.
but you always told me that um, like encouraged me, and you just see me like in a way, and know what works for me or what could work for me, because yeah, and I agree a lot with you, and sometimes it's, yeah, people don't realize that it really is about the connection um, for your growth, and yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah.
Yes. Beautiful. Yeah, the connection, that is, I remember that I had this moment where I just felt the need to reach out to you and actually call you.
Mm.
And that was like the synchronicities and the connection that I value a lot. Um, because like, as you said, it always takes, you know, two. Always
Mhm.
in every relationship, even in the coaching relationship, it always takes two. Like not one person can do the work,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter where you apply it in your life. And we are co-creators. I
Mm.
create my life, you create your life, and together we will create this third kind of living thing that that just grows. And I believe there is something especially wonderful about our connection as
Mm.
being South Indian women coming
Yeah.
together. And we talked a lot about the cultural aspect also. And to really open this space for other women with our culture, from our culture, to to have two women
Mm.
talking in this honest way, in this very, very vulnerable way, and also coming from a place of strength and not this victim mentality that,
Mm.
you know, sometimes we maybe have hidden ourselves like in the past, you know.
Mm.
And Shanika says, like, habt ihr toll gemacht. Thanks for sharing. War sehr interessant. Yeah,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much for
Yeah.
watching. I want to thank everybody who tuned in. Maybe you were able to watch the whole thing. Maybe you're going to watch the replay. But thank you for your energy. Sharanya, thank you so much. I adore
Thank
you.
you.
I love you.
Yeah.
And like I said, I cannot wait what the future holds for you. It has been absolute pleasure and honor to be able to coach you, and you being able to give me the space to be coached also. As
Yeah.
I said, it takes two. It takes two to dance.
Thank
And
you
this
so much.
certainly has been a beautiful dance.
Yeah, thank you. I really do believe that because I think it was just like flowing well with you. Like I could, yeah, I see you as my soul sister right now. Like I know that I don't know, I feel like we're connected for like a long time, and I know you will help a lot more women, a lot more beautiful, empowered women to just come out of your program more empowered, more stronger, and like I know that this is just a beautiful way to celebrate your comeback. Your program is just, I don't know, I don't have the words because I just cannot describe it. There's no like one word I can say, but I know that this is really helpful and just beautiful. I cannot recommend more.
Thank you so much, Sharanya. For everyone watching, please follow Sharanya. Not only did she finish her comeback, her 8 weeks, but she's going to celebrate her comeback, not just today, but every day. And she did get a few challenges that I gave her, and we will be following you. We will be watching you. We will going to watch your progress, and just the way it's gonna be yeah, it's going to be really exciting to see the way you're going to celebrate your comeback and what that brings. And like I said, I just can't wait for it to see it, to see even that process. It's, yeah.
Even the smile, like I know that my facial expressions, like I cannot, yeah, I feel relaxed in whatever I'm trying to express. And yeah, I just feel grateful that I can be free and I can just, experience life more. Yeah.
Yes, and isn't that so beautiful? Like you were able to really step more into your smile, and you get to smile to the world. And with each smile that you share with someone else, like they really get to smile as well alongside with you.
Yeah.
And that's
No,
so beautiful.
yes.
We make the world smile more.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Um,
I cannot say it enough. It was a pleasure
yeah.
having you. Thank you for doing this live, for
Mm, thank you.
being here and being able to answer all the questions. If you see this live now and you still haven't weren't able to ask your question, maybe just drop it in the comments. We will get back to you. Sharanya will sure hop in one time or the other and connect with you guys. So yes, keep on asking the questions, because if we don't ask questions, then we won't be able to learn. We don't give ourselves the time and the space to learn. And there's so much that we can learn from each other.
Yeah.
You taught me a
Okay.
lot.
Wow, okay. That's
Yes.
I didn't realize that, but that's like wow to see that is also for me like beautiful thing to yeah.
Yes. Okay, I can say one thing like very clearly. The thing that you taught me and that
Mm-hmm.
you're teaching everyone else is when you are ready and you just make the decision to really do the work, to really step in it, then within a short time frame, you are able to do so much more. And that's something that you have to be ready. I
Mm,
believe that mm, within this container, um, you made bigger steps, you know. I'm 36 years old now. I have my life that I look back on, and you're still really young, and you're like middle of 20s, right? Around that. And where you are right now,
mm,
you know, and where you will be, that's like that's the exponential like growing, rising, that,
Will
you know,
happen. I don't know. Yeah.
anything is
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
Anything is possible. And that's the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
That's thank you for saying that. Like I didn't know that you actually like took away from me as well. But I
Of
think
course.
yeah, I think like I do believe that this can happen, and this like for me I always felt like I'm like too far behind, but I just see now it's never too late, and it's never too late to start and to
Yes.
start your journey. And yeah, if you put in work, as you said, it can change within this short amount of time, but it will be for lifetime. Everything you learn, every experience you get and use, those experiences will be always for a lifetime, and that's something I appreciate a lot, and I take that like for life, and those experiences I will never forget. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what's in store for me as well. And yeah, I hope I can, inspire more people to just start and to yeah, be for themselves, commit to themselves, because I think it's so empowering. Like as a woman, as a, you know, South Asian woman, it's so empowering. Yeah.
That
Oh,
resonated
I'm getting
deeply with
emotional.
me. Yes, that resonated so deeply with me. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
And you, the viewer, I want to invite you. Comeback coaching has finished now, for now, with Sharanya, and the second round ended. So another round is starting. It's the third round, and we're going to start in the end of June. So you have about 2 more weeks. Sign up, save your seats. It's going to be an exclusive group, so I don't have endless spaces because I love the intimate space that we can work with. And so if you felt this resonated with you, if you heard the call, don't stop yourself. That is something that I can tell you. Don't stop yourself. Follow the call. Just DM me comeback. I know that there are some, like maybe more shy people out there. I'm not gonna bite you. Yeah, I will be there for you. We can just have a conversation. No charge, for free. We'll just get to know each other, because that is something that is very important to me also. I don't work with everybody. Sharanya and I, we aligned with each other. We match with each other. That's why we work together. And I know that there are more beautiful women also ready to work. And I'm here and ready to do the work with you. So if you hear the call, just DM me, come back, and I will come back to you. Let's
That's
start the
like beautiful
journey.
said.
The poets are between
Yeah,
us, right?
yeah,
We love words.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited to what's in store for you guys. Follow Sharanya. Really, just celebrate her also in her comeback and what she has shared with you, and support one another.
I can say the same. Please follow Jeena. I cannot recommend. Her work is just beautiful. It can change your life. I cannot say enough. Like I cannot thank you enough. And I just know that, as you as a South Asian woman can change so many other South Asian women, like their lives, and empower them. And I just know that it more women need to reach out to you and reach out to Jeena. So that's my ending phrase. And yeah, I hope more people do that.
I don't have anything to add. Thank you so much, and
Thank you.
talk to you soon.
Yeah.
Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.